I remember there was a time when we was kings and queens, prophets and rulers, judging the earth. But now we're stuck at the bottom of the totem pole. Where do we go wrong as a people? I think our people need to understand this with a wake-up call and give them understanding on what's going on. So bring it.
Early morning, rise up, open your eyes up, looking in the mirror, it gets no clearer. Cause we don't understand our own selves, trying in sorrow, with the Hennessy, bottles on the shelf. Says everybody wanna be a king, selling out their soul for this mean green cream thing. Paper chasing, but not facing the fact that as a nation, we all done got lax and let the devil control us. And thinking like them damn Africans, they sold us. We in captivity because they hold us. Work hard with heavy burden on our shoulders. Man, I thought we was some soldiers, but every second that I look, we getting creamed like vultures. See, the Lord done told us. So to me, there's no surprise on why they fold us. It's not cause our skin is dark and they don't know us. It's cause we're stuck on that crack and that doja. Allow our brains to be polluted, now they mold us. Don't hate on me, hate on the dirty fools that stole us. You rather be dunking with short on some posters, other than smash these devils like you supposed to. That's why all I'm in is weak-minded. And going off the top of their head, they speak blinded. Talking about some coalition-ish. That coalition-ish about to get slit real quick. Cause it's Israel against the earth. When my people come back, you best believe we
said some pyramid builders, great kings and sword wielders, villains, killers, prophets, priests, and grave fillers. We be the realest, that's why you feel us. We bringing it raw to all y'all. G's and caterpillars, we bringing the truth with more proof to show that we can love. Nigga, you never put at the bottom, get love, black Jews. Touch the ghetto, bridges and projects, sticking their head, bringing you back is the object. See, Christ is a black man, and so are you, but Christ is a Jew. So what that make you 12 tribes? Trust who they name, we're gon' get it. As long as the prophets is living, we gon' spit it and keep it vivid. Kick it to young and old. 12 tribes being sold by the lies told. Deuteronomy 20, nigga 15. It says we cursed in the worst way and we unclean, disobedient, and it was the sin. So now we living in judgment. In the end, stare in the sky, getting by, we remember red. Flip it a kiss 10 and 10, so we dribble in and give it in. There's a way we can get it back and come clean. Second Chronicles, chapter 7 and 14. Ain't no reconciliation with the enemy. So ride Israel, ride till infinity.
Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, peace, peace, peace. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to another episode of DSTM. Don't shoot the messenger. You cannot do that. Not here, man. Only reason why you shoot the messenger, man, is because you've been living a lie. It's a saying that I came up with a long time ago. I think I did. That the truth hurts only if you're living a lie. I've been saying that since early 2000s. And that's the only reason why you shoot the messenger, man. You don't want to hear the truth. But guess what? It is what it is, man. The truth got to be told. It's the only way we're going to be liberated from the lies, the deceptions, and get the truth. History regarding our nationality, history, language, culture, so forth and so on, based upon biblical principles. It's your brother IQAhmath. IQAhmath, first name, IQ is all the same. It's looking like my signal is a little low. So if there's any dragging or the picture's not coming in good, let me know, y'all. Let me know. Looks like I'm having a little issues with this internet signal. Let me see. Yeah, Con, that's right, my brother. The elder, let it be known. Seven Seal. Can you imagine, man? That song and that album came out in 1998. That's 26 years ago. You talk about aging yourself in the truth, let alone just the stones that were getting, founded for the truth, man. Musically for Israel, man. A lot of brothers and sisters out there doing music for Israel. They had no idea that we was doing music for the nation, representing the truth 26 years ago. But salute to everybody that's doing it and providing alternative music for our people to listen to, man. That's conscious of the truth, man. Giving our people some inspiration. Okay, he said he graduated in '98. Ain't that some stuff? All praise to the Most High, man. All praise to the Most High. All right, Shabbat Shalom to the fam in the house, man. I'm sure these notifications, they're going to come in pretty slow, man, because I don't know what happened. When I uploaded this live, it said that there was an error with uploading it, and to come back later, um, came back later, and it went through. So it looks like everybody's kind of getting notifications late, but it's all good, man. Come on in. Come on in. All right. All praises. Shabbat Shalom, Ashar, Karatazah. My brothers up there in the Northwest, Uziel and Malachi, man. Shalom to y'all. Shalom to Elder Rashaf. Shalom to Naquab. My brother Kohav in the house. Shalom to you. Rosemary in the house. Shalom to you, my sister. Shaul, Yisrael. Shalom to you. Shalak. Yeah, man, they took the other channel down, man. That's been completely removed off of YouTube. So this is the only channel right now we got active. We are working on getting a Rumble channel going. Most High willing that to be coming up after the new year or new year, according to the scriptures. So we're working on getting that up, man, and getting the content together to start uploading over there. And there still is the backup channel, man, Dry Bones, which is in the description. It should be in the description of this YouTube video. If you go to the description box, you'll see the alternative YouTube channel. You can subscribe over there if you choose to stay on YouTube. If something happens with this channel, we're going to bounce over there and, Lord willing, to the Rumble channel. So, everybody make sure that you got that understood. Yeah, exactly. Shaul Yisrael, man, our prayers are with you, my brother, man, but please don't solicit for money on the Sabbath on this channel. Okay? I understand you have a situation that you got going on, but this is not the channel to be soliciting for money. Okay? Especially on the Shabbat. We will pray for you. If the Lord sees fit that donation come through, we'll send something to you. But until then, we don't do any transactions on the Shabbat regarding money. So other than that, man, we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. Hopefully everybody's well on the Shabbat, man, and everybody's locked into the spirit, man. If everything's coming through, I'm looking at. Yeah, it does look like the picture's coming in a little off, man. I don't know. Something's over my internet connection. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me see if I can check out the signal. 1 second. All right. Most High willing, man. Everything got back. It's a little bit better. Looks like the signal's going in and out, man. But as long as y'all can hear me, you can see. It should be good. Is the sound coming in clear now in the quad? Throw 7 in the chat, man. Let me know. It looks like it is, but yeah, for some reason, man, Satan's moving, man, messing up with this internet right now. I know there's been some issues with the wind out here, man. People having some power outages and internet's going down and all that, man. So maybe that's the case. I don't know, but either way, if everybody's can kind of see, because I'm looking at the picture, it does look like I'm on like some old VHS tape based upon the signal, man. So I don't know, man. My internet says it's okay. Just for some reason on StreamYard, man, it's just on this app, the connection is unstable. That's Satan for you, man. But to hell with him. As long as y'all can hear, Lord willing, you'll be able to see as well. Let's go ahead and get to it, man. I ain't gonna waste too much more time anyway. So get to sharing my screen. We're gonna get right to the business at hand. Wipe them feet, man. If y'all didn't wipe them feet when you came in, man, repent and walk out, do an about face, wipe them feet, come back in, and we'll get to it. All right. Okay. Nah. Well, he says he's Jesus, so I'm not too surprised at that. But I haven't heard about anything in particular, man. I haven't heard anything in particular. I'm kind of off of Kanye, man. Kanye is just, at this point, he's a distraction that utilizes the Israelite narrative for clout and attention. Notice when he got an album coming out, that's the time he wants to utilize that. When he got deals on the table with Adidas and all this other stuff, now he wants to be Israelite. He wants to, pull it out. But it is what it is with him. He's mad because when he prays, his prayers don't get answered. Okay, well, if anybody has any connections with Kanye, let me give him one scripture. Maybe this will help him out. He can get on track and he can divorce that white woman and he can get his ish together. So Proverbs 28:9 says, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. So, Kanye, man, or yay, whatever, listen. And that's for all of us. Anytime our people are wondering why our prayers aren't get answered, man, we think we're so sincere with our belief in the Most High and Yahweh Shai, and we're so devout and all this other stuff, man. Our people are flooding the churches and the cathedrals at record numbers, and they're leaving at record numbers as well. But for the strong, diehard, 10 toes down, refuse to leave the Christian plantation, while they're wondering after they leave church service and they're going back to the projects and the slums, the ghettos and the barrios and the shanty towns, why they're having to deal with the gang violence, why they're having to deal with enmity within their households, why they're having to deal with drugs and so forth and so on. Well, maybe it's because, and you're praying to God, you're praying to the Most High, you're praying to Jesus, wondering why, those prayers aren't being answered. Well, listen, the Bible answers that. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law. Our people are so stubborn, man, especially when it comes down to even hearing of the law. It didn't even say you got to follow it yet. But how many times our people, there you go about that law. Is that Old Testament? We don't want to hear about that. Oh, hold on. Isn't that the old covenant? We don't deal with that. I don't want to hear about that. I'm free through Christ. They don't even want to hear about it. The Most High said, okay, if you don't even want to listen to reasoning, if you don't even want to understand how beneficial the laws are to our people, don't pray to the Most High. Your prayers will be considered an abomination, detestable. wicked and unrighteous. The Most High said, I don't want to hear about it. Don't cry to me, don't whine to me, don't plead to me, don't pray to me, because he will receive it as an abomination. So there's no reason why, Kanye should be mad. Get into them laws, man, and then you can figure it out from there. All right. So let's get to the point of the matter. Real news, real stuff, real issues, real world, real time. We know, and we've been talking about for a while now, since last year, about NATO carrying out their largest war exercises and military drills since its inception. Starting in 2024, last year, around August or June, they started started putting it out there in the news that NATO was going to be conducting their biggest military drills ever, starting in 2024. They started in January. They got drills going all the way up until May. Who is the opposition of NATO? Oh, China, Russia, Iran. They're operating now and carrying out their naval drills. What do they know, and what are they acknowledging in real time in regards to the status of war and where we're at in this day and age right now, when you see two opposing forces carrying out military drills in preparation for war, and our people is worried about who won an Oscar, who won an Emmy. You dig what I'm saying? We're worried about who's getting drafted in the NFL. We're wondering, is Sexy Red's baby okay? What? Our people are completely lost and destroyed because they have no idea of what's coming down the pipeline, because there's been so many distractions that's been laid out in front of us. It's a whole smorgasbord of folly and foolishness and distractions and lies and deceptions and things that we can just go ahead and constantly partake in, when the truth is scaring you right in the face and we're sitting back saying, no, that's not real. Man, I don't want to hear about that, man. I'm positive vibes over here only. What? There's no positive vibes right now. The scriptures let us know, man, it's a time for everything under the sun, and this is the time of war. So NATO's carrying out their drills. China, Russia, and Iran are carrying out their drills. We know that the Most High is behind all of the above when it comes down to these preparations and these war games that's going on, right? Let's go to Joel 3. And we've covered this before, but look, when you see the spirit playing out, know that it's the Most High who's letting all this go down. It's the Most High whose chess piece moving all over the world chessboard right now. As we're looking at the Valley of Jehoshaphat, the Valley of Decision, leading up into World War III, leading up into the final judgment of war between the nations and Christ and the deliverance of the children of Israel, we're seeing all of those things playing out right now. Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. So the nations, they're being told to prepare for war. What are they doing right now? What are they doing right now? China, Russia, and Iran put on a show of force with Mideast naval drills. What's that? What's a drill? Preparation. Warships from China, Russia, and Iran have held live fire exercises in a key Middle Eastern waterway this week as the three partners put on a show of force in the volatile region, according to reports in state-run media. The drills near the Gulf of Oman, involving more than 20 ships from the three countries, are aimed at strengthening maritime cooperation and safeguarding regional peace and stability. A statement from the Chinese Defense Ministry said, echoing similar language from Iran and Russia. China's Navy sent a guided missile destroyer and guided missile frigate to the exercise, as Russia dispatched a cruiser Varyag from its Pacific Fleet, and Iran contributed a range of vessels, including frigates and fast attack boats, according to the state-run media. Now, remember last week we just covered a story that NATO was gave the okay to arm their fighter jets with nukes as part of the drill. Now China, Russia, and Iran are out there flexing their muscles, saying, look, we're ready air, sea. We're carrying out our drills, letting you know what we're working with. Putin just came out earlier in the week and said to the West and to America in particular, if there's any threat that comes down to Russia, I'm going nuclear. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Hold on 1 second, y'all. I don't know what's up. Like a brother might not have got this notification. Okay. Slucky. We all right? All right. So yeah, Karatadai, you seen it. Kind. All praises. So you seen it. He popped out and said, from Egypt to Israel, Shalom. He said he's seen it as well. So Putin has already laid it out. Any threat that comes to me, I'm going nuclear. And I'm blaming America. So now he let his allies know, look, hey, China, Russia, Iran, we got to come together. They're over there flexing on us. They're letting it be known. They're getting prepared for war. You're hearing about it coming from Macron. You're hearing about it from Slovak. You're hearing about it from all these other nations within NATO. We just seen Finland and Sweden join up with NATO, two of the most peaceful countries in the world. And they said, you know what? Even we need to align ourselves with protection during this war, during this wartime. So we're going to align ourselves with NATO so that we can be prepared when this war breaks out. Ain't nobody out there talking about war is not coming. All military experts, all of these political officials are all saying it's coming down. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But who's guiding it though? Who's the quarterback? The Most High is quarterback in this whole thing, man. So he let it be known on Joel. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. So the Most High is starting to assemble the nations, man. The Spirit has been put out there. They heard the word. They don't understand what the hell's going on. Remember, even in Ezekiel 38, the Most High said that he's going to put hooks in the jaws of Russia and draw them and pull them into war. They're being controlled and operated by the Lord, all on our behalf. Let's look at the history of how the Most High works. Jeremiah 46, it says, the word of Yahweh, which came to Jeremiah the prophet against the Gentiles, against Egypt, against the army of Pharaoh Necho, king of Egypt, which was by the river Euphrates, and Carchemish, which Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon, smote in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, king of Judah. So we're seeing the history how when the Babylonians took down the Egyptians, what was going on? How did it happen? What did the Most High do? The Most High always prophesies words against the Gentile nations, against the heathen, against their kings, makes them go to war. Look, verse 3, order ye the buckler and shield and draw near to the battle. Harness the horses and get up, ye horsemen, and stand forth with your helmets, furbish the spears, and put on the brigadines. The brigadines is the armor. So when the word of the Lord goes out and he tells the nations, man, prepare, strap up, get ready for war, just like he told, just mentioned it, but we'll go there anyway. Ezekiel 38, just like he told Russia. Verse 2, and say, thus saith the Most High Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. So Gog is the chief prince or the president, prime minister, or the ruler of the Russian region as it is, which is Putin at this time. From my understanding, they've got an election going on right now. They're expecting him to get reelected again. He's pretty much going to be the dictator until, I don't know, next 4 or 8 years, however long their presidency goes. But he's been locked in for years. He's not going nowhere. There ain't no replacement that's going to take over him as it stands. So Putin is that man, right? What did he say? I will turn thee back. Who's going to turn him back? The Most High. Because that's who said it. I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. So as much as they try to escape, just like that fish on the hook, they trying to run away. No, pop, reel them in. Hooks into the jaws. I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them, clothed with all sorts of armor. Then we just got to read that in Jeremiah about the brigadiers. All sorts of armor, even a great company of the bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, that's Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all them with shield and helmet. What are they going to be doing? I'm going to get right to the point in verse 7. Be thou prepared and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is going to be the leader and the head that is going to be a protector and a provider of weapons, warfare, strategy for the rest of the nations that are assembling themselves unto him. We know Russia has a stronghold and a very heavy presence in Africa. They have relations with Ethiopia. I've covered that, shown those relationships before. Libya, right? It's all lining up. It's all lining up. All praise to the Most High. So we're seeing here, they're being told, start the drills. Start the drills. Let's look at Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 3, 1 and 2. It says, to everything there's a season, and every time to every purpose under the heaven. You see that? Everything's got a time and season. That's why I said, for the people that's out there, good vibes only. I only want the universe to bring back blessings to me. I don't want no negativity. Blah. Guess what, man? The Lord is working a work in our times right now that ain't all good. It's got to be bad in order for it to be good. You can't have one without the other. That's balance. You can't have peace without war. You can't have liberation without a revolution. You dig what I'm saying? The Negro sitting at home right now talking about having arguments, sitting in the garage, drinking Coors Light, talking about if they're going to vote for Trump or they're going to vote for Biden. You can forget about it. You're lost already. I'm saying Jakes, man, I'm assuming in the truth. That's cheerleading, talking about how great it is that Fannie Willis is going to be able to stay on the prosecution against Trump in Georgia. What are you? Why are you even involved? Who gives a damn? They already said Trump he's the damn presidential candidate for the Republicans. Locked up, facing indictment. He's not going to jail before them damn votes come in. And that's like saying I would rather Biden win. I'm rooting for the persecution of Trump just so we can get slow Biden again. Because there's no alternative. If you back away and just say, man, let the chips fall where they may, man. Both these damn dudes is devils and wicked as hell. But both are prime and ready to take down America based upon their policies and their ideologies and their handlers. I don't care which one gets in, because both of them is going to lead to the downfall of America. If Trump loses, there's going to be an insurrection, probably another damn civil war. People's going to go crazy because they're going to say it got stolen. If slow Biden wins, it's already on record. He's got handlers. He's doing everything that he can to destroy America. He's riding with the World Economic Forum, all of the quote unquote Build Back Better policies, all the Green New Deal situations. He's the one that carried on with the Operation Warp Speed with the medications getting poked in people's arms, persecuting people, firing the military if they didn't get shot up in the arms. You dig what I'm saying? All of the layoffs, the economic depravity that's been going on, that's all on the slow Biden. Now they're out there promoting propaganda, talking about no president has done more for Black people than slow Biden. Slow Biden says, man, ain't nobody done more for you niggas than me. Because remember, I told you, if you vote for Trump and not me, then you ain't black. He's going to dictate your so-called blackness. He's going to dictate your consciousness. He's going to tell you whether or not he's done good for you or not. I mean, go ask the people up in San Francisco and in the Bay. Our people up there. How slow Biden's policies and Governor Newsom, his bed buddy, how is their policies done? How about Chicago, New York? I mean, let's knock it off. Our people got to get it together, man. This is going to be a key year regarding election and where the direction of America is going, which is the pulse of all world affairs. It doesn't matter which one wins. They're both prime and ready to destroy America. So, hey, let the chips fall where they may. That's what I say. Ecclesiastes 3. To everything there's a season, and every time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that was planted. So the Most High planted Esau, according to Job 9:24, as the wicked ruling the earth. He's been planted as the one who received the blessing of the fatness of the earth. He's been planted as the one to rule by the sword. He's been planted to be the one that controls all economics, wartime affairs, all political and democratic decisions, and all that other stuff. All the nations, all the world, are acknowledging what's going on. So, they're all been planted, right? Now, speaking of planet, let's look at this. Jeremiah 18. Let's read 5 down. It says, Then the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? Saith Yahweh, behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in my hand, O house of Israel. So the Most High is dictating and acknowledging he is in control. He is the potter. We're the clay. The nations are the clay. As he shapes and molds and put things in perspective, as he sees fit and places them on the world chessboard, that's how he rolls. So the Most High is acknowledging, man, the children of Israel, we're in the hands of the Lord. And here's the wisdom. At what instance shall I speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom to pluck up and to pull down and to destroy it? So didn't we just get to reading that there's a time to plant and a time to pluck up? So when we're seeing these nations, man, getting ready for warfare, the Lord is saying it's time to pluck up America. It's time to pluck up NATO. It's time to pluck up Europe. It's time to pluck up Esau's road. We all know 2 Ezra 6:9. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. It's that time. It's starting time. Start plucking up the roots. Start showing and exposing all of the wickedness and the lies and all of the folly that goes on within their politics, the monetary system. Start plucking up the banking system. Start plucking up the stock market. You understand? Start plucking up. Get them nukes out. Get all your warfare and your weapons together. Get all the armory together. Get all your war plans down. Let's start plucking up. We can just see right now, just through the political spectrum alone, don't nobody really want to vote for either one of them guys. That's why the narrative is out there, man. Both of them is old as hell. The narrative of Trump just being this wicked racist guy. Yeah, all that is true. But they're trying to get it out there to say, we don't want neither one. Remember last week, that's why I brought out the articles where they were talking about, there might be a resurfacing of the Clintons. They might slide in on a third party ballot. Michelle Obama says, I'm not with it. I'm out the game. They're trying to get Governor Newsom here in California to be to slide him into position. And he was like, no, I'm a loyalist. I ride with Biden. I don't want to do that to him. Yeah, well, what happens, man, when that dude falls off the stage and bumps his head and falls into a concussion and he can't continue on? Oh, you're gonna rise to the occasion. So the Most High is saying, look, He's going to pluck up and pull down and destroy these nations. Verse 8, if that nation against whom I have pronounced turn from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I thought to do unto them. So the Most High is fair. He said, man, if they change, if they turn from the evil, man, I'll repent of it. I won't even do it. I'll take it back. Hold on. Isaiah 26. This is how fair our Father is, man. You know, for these scary people, I'm gonna put it like that, who are out there so scared of the Bible. I don't want a God that allows slavery. I don't want a God that would put me to death if I'm laying, you know, if you're a sodomite. I don't want a God who hates the other nation. I don't like that. That's just so outdated and antiquated. We're in 2024. Who's reading books and following ways of ancient times? No, that's dangerous. I can't deal with that. Well, sit your scary ass down somewhere then. But the fact of the matter is our Father is balanced and he's fair. Look, he says in Isaiah 26 and 10, let favor be showed to the wicked. Esau's got an opportunity to do right. As much as he knows of the threat of the Israelites, I mean, when he's got an opportunity to say, hey, man, you know, those guys, the Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, that's out there prophesying on the streets, utilizing social media platforms to put out valid information regarding their history, their ties with the Bible, the covenant that God made with them. They're telling the truth. We need to give them a bigger platform. We need to go ahead on and acknowledge truth. We need to go ahead on and make sure that they're righted according to their place on the earth. They got every opportunity to do that. But what do? No, those guys are black identity extremists. Those guys are a hate group. Those guys are out there being racist. Oh, those guys deserve to be locked up. Those guys should be going. If they don't like it here, go back to Africa. I mean, look, they get every opportunity. You just said it earlier, Naquab, regarding Kanye. Soon as he comes out and starts talking about the truth about him not being anti-Semite, he's a true Shemite. He's a black Jew and all that. Completely persecuted. All his endorsements get stripped from him. They taking down his album from streaming platforms. Everything. He gets opportunities to make right and make amends, but what's he do? Look, let favor be shown to the wicked. Yet will he not? Oops. Let me go back. I just lost the scripture. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. All right. So it says, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. You give the heathen a chance, but the Most High said, look, you got the Bible. You got every opportunity to exalt righteousness. You could ban homosexuality. You could ban all the drug usage. You could ban divorce for every reason, irreconcilable differences. And you could do all of that. You could stop the pedophile crime that's going on. You could stop all of this drag queen story time madness that's going on. You could stop selling pork in the stores. You could stop selling the shellfish and all the unrighteousness. You could shut down businesses on the Sabbath. He's in control. You can lay down legislation for all of that if he wanted to. But what? He will not learn righteousness. He is innately wicked. So-called white man is innately wicked. He is innately against the scriptures and all manners of righteousness. He believes that he is God. He believes that he sets the tone for what's righteous, what's right, and what's wrong. He's not going to learn it. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. So there ain't a righteous bone in his body, man. The Most High said, man, I'm fair. I'll give the wicked a chance. But I'm going to tell you right now, he's not going to do it. That's why he told us in Sirach 12 and 10. Regarding our enemy, never trust thine enemy. Paraphrasing, because just as sure as iron is the rust, so is his wickedness. Eventually, he's going to expose himself and show himself to be wicked. Just like some iron that got wet and that's left out in the sun and gets baked, eventually it's going to start transforming into rust and be of no use anymore. So the so-called white man is the same way, man. Let me finish this up. It says, verse 8, if that nation Salaki, if that nation against whom I pronounce turn from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I have thought to do unto them. And at what instance I shall speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom to build and to plant it. So the Most High builds, plants, plucks, and destroys. If it do evil in my sight, that it obey not my voice, then I will repent of the good wherewith I said I would benefit them. And the children of Israel are a prime example. If he made the earth for our sakes, all the blessings that was pronounced before, that's one thing, man, as Israelite. We don't never talk about Deuteronomy 1 through 14, all the blessings. We jump right to 15 through 68, because that's what resonates with us. But many of the times we got to go back and show 1 through 14 so that it's understood, man, this is what was intended for us. But once we did evil in the sight of the Lord and didn't obey his voice, the Most High will take away all the good that he said that was going to benefit us and put them curses on us. And all manners of evil, man, is going to flow through us. Right? So this is what's going on right now, man. The Most High is plucking up these nations, telling them to prepare for war so he can destroy them. And guess who's got next? That's right, the children of Israel. Let's move on. And brother, what Carlos said, he acknowledged. I missed your comment. Let me double back about Trump. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He sure did. When they was asking him about Russia paying, NATO. There's multiple NATO countries, man, that wasn't paying their debts, and Putin had to lay heavy strokes on them. And they asked Trump about it. He was like, "Yeah, you got to be penalized. You don't pay your debts. What are you supposed to do? I mean, don't pay your car note. See what happens. Don't pay your mortgage. Don't pay your rent. See what happens." So when he said, "Yeah, if they're not paying," because the way that they were saying it was like the NATO nations was basically like, and I forgot which nations they were, but they hadn't paid their debts from the energy and the oil and stuff that they was getting from Putin. And Putin was like, "Well, guess what, man? I'm gonna have to cut you off. I'm gonna do this, that, and the third to you, or I might bomb you." And they was like, "Don't you think that's a little extreme, Trump? I mean, that's not right." And he was like, "No, I think you should do whatever needs to be done. You got to pay your debts. Pay what you owe." They should back saying, "Well, Putin is this bad guy in the midst of war. We ain't got to pay you." He's like, "Man, you didn't say that when you need to turn on them damn lights and get them your planes and trains and automobiles moving. I wasn't this bad guy in this war when I was making sure that y'all was straight. Now you think you don't got to pay me? Don't work like that." So we'll see. If he say, "Man, I'm old," if Trump get in there and Russia gets the bombing on NATO, and he like, "Hey, let it go down," again, that's in favor of the children of Israel because Trump is pro World War III. So we don't, there's so many different angles, man, and they could all play out with. We just gotta wait and see because the Most High is the one shifting and moving the pieces, how everything's gonna fall into place. But if we follow along with what's going on the chessboard, man, it's all going down. All going down. So look at this, man. There's a narrative out there right now regarding what's happening over there in Haiti. Haiti's been in a lot of turmoil for a lot of years. A lot of years, man. And this is definitely, it's political. And there's a revolutionary uprising. It's been taken over by the gangs. From what I'm understanding, I don't know a whole lot about the guy. I think it's Jimmy Barbecue. The guy, I forgot his last name, Chevalier or something like that, who's leading the charge, liberating prisoners out of the jails. The gangs taking over. From what I'm understanding, they're saying he's anti, oppression and all this other stuff, and he wanted the politic to try to, lead Haiti, but he forced the president that's in there now, forced him to resign. And if you remember, he was put in there after the original president was assassinated by I think they said it was a Dominican and two other Haitian cats. They indicted his wife. Some of the Dominican and Haitian cats, man, they had some ties to America. So the leader that was in there right now, he basically was a puppet that was leading, Haiti down the dark path. And they got tired of it, man, and had a whole uprising. Now we're seeing Haiti in complete turmoil, man. They're throwing out stories about the wars turning into cannibalism and all this other stuff, man. Look how America is dealing with this. America says what? Florida deploys officers and a fleet to halt potential Haitian influx. So the world can see all of the destruction, the hell, the torment, the poverty, all the issues that's going on in Haiti. And what does America do? America fortifies the borders and says, stay away. Stay away. But let these white folks, man, from Ukraine run from a war, run from civil war and all, because essentially that's what that is. The Ukrainians and Russians all come from the same stock. They all Edomites, but at the same time, the Ukrainians originally was part of Russia. They annexed and became a sovereign nation and all of that. They're all the same damn people, man. So really, what we're looking at is a civil war between them two. You got the same thing going on in Haiti, but it's getting treated completely different. They say, "Oh, them black Haitians, man, you can't come over here." Hell no. Oh, but if you snuck in through the border, you made it that way, man. You can come on over here and you can cook and clean for us. Remember that? A little white woman talking about, oh, it's just like having my own private chef. They love cooking for me in our house. They're wicked, but. So America's saying Florida deploys officers in a fleet to halt potential Haitian influx. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is deploying 250 law enforcement officers in an air and sea fleet to Florida southern waters to help curb a potential wave of Haitian migrants. They don't want you Negroes over there, man. It don't matter if you trying to escape and you running from complete chaos and your whole country has been debilitated. Or going all the way back to 2009, 2010 with that earthquake. And before that, Haiti was still jacked up. But when that earthquake hit, man, it was all downhill from there. I showed y'all the article last week with the UN going over there bringing cholera. Hundreds of thousands were died at the hands of the UN. Let alone they was over there raping the women and the children. All of that is on record. So Haiti's been going through hell. And every time they try to leave and try to come over here where the so-called grass is greener, to come to the land of the deceived, home of the slaves, they're being told, no, get up out of here. But let the gooks come from China. They're flooding in at higher numbers than anybody else is being immigrants, so-called immigrants. They're flying in record numbers, man. Ishmael coming over here, record numbers. But when it comes down to the Israelites coming, oh no, stay away. Get the National Guard down there, man. Fortify the wall. Get armed troops down there. As soon as them boats come, fire at will. Turn them around. Haiti spiraled after weeks of chaos and violence, with gangs controlling 80% of the capital and large swaths of countryside, forcing tens of thousands of people from their homes. Prime Minister Ariel Henry stepped down on Tuesday to make way for a transitional government, and the U.S. and other countries have evacuated non-essential embassy personnel. If the prime minister steps down, meaning he's lost complete control. If he's saying, man, I retire, I'm gonna go ahead and back down. I'm out of here. The country is in a free for all. Who's supposed to be the the freedom fighters and the ones who's waving the flag for liberty and justice for all? Who's supposed to be the ones regulating that for the world? Isn't it supposed to be America? But not when it comes down to you Negro. Not when it comes down to you Haitians. Oh, hell no. You voodoo spinning niggas over there, stay over there. We don't want that over here. But if you white, come on by. Let's get to the point, man. Yahweh Shai told us. Matthew 24, 8 and 9. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. What were we talking about before that? Nation rising against nation, kingdom against kingdom, famines, pestilence, earthquakes. All of these things are the beginning of sorrows. Hades experienced all of the above. Dropping down. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Why is Yahweh even talking about nations and nationalities and peoples hating against another people? That's revolutionary talk, man. Ain't no way Yahweh was talking about all everybody and everybody. I love her. What? He said, man, all them nations, man, they gonna hate you when you start standing up for me, when you start bearing my name, when you start repenting, and you start learning, and applying my word. They're going to hate you. The nations are going to hate you. See, that's different than saying everybody, because that would include your own people, even though we know that that's part of the equation. But he made it clear. He said the nations, man, is going to be against you. So when the Haitians is running over here thinking like America is going to be there to save them for the day, they must have forgot. You bear the name Yasha Allah, whether you know it or not. They know it, and they say, "Man, we don't like you." Look at John 15, 18. It says, "If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you." We got to be real with the understanding. Hate comes along with this thing. They ain't dealing with these dang Haitians, man. As soon as they try to come over here, and we know 2nd Ezra 15 said a man designed to go in the city not be able. That's playing out right now. Look at it. 2nd Ezra 15, 16, 17. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the courts of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. I mean, that's playing out in real time over there in Haiti. It's been playing out in various countries in South America, Central America, various countries in Africa. This is happening right now. Just because it hasn't happened to you, because you can still go to Compton or Watts, or you can still go to Brooklyn or Queens, or you can go to Bankhead, and you can go to Mechanicsville and Atlanta, like that. It will come to this point. Remember when they laid out the guidelines for the scamdemic that was going on, that was happening. Quarantines was telling people you can't come here, you can't go there, you ain't got that on. Oh, this is closed. You can't come in unless you got this poked up in you. They laid the groundwork for it, man. They gave you a preview saying this is what it's going to be like. You see now, even with the quote unquote abortion laws, where they're telling people, man, you can't get an abortion done here. You can't. Oh, I'm gonna go to this city to go get it done because they won't do it over in this city or this state. I'm going over here. They're being turned away. No, get up out of here. So here the Haitians are. They trying to run over here because what they believe in a lie that America's here to help. Remember, Ronald Reagan, I told y'all this before, when he said the 9 most terrifying words that he's ever heard was, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. See, when our people start believing and trusting in oppression, man, that's what ends up happening. Look at this curse. Deuteronomy 28, 29. It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. They looking for Biden, slow Biden to save them. They looking for Kamala Harris to save them. Looking for America to just wave out the flag and say, come on, you guys, everybody come on. We know hell's coming up. Come over the shores. We got you. And they're getting just the opposite, man. Military lined up. Slow Biden saying, man, if they make it over here, we throwing them in Guantanamo Bay. They do not want them people over here, man. Oppressed and spoiled forevermore. Let's look at another card. Look at this. 33 and 30. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall the nation which thou knowest not eat up. So one thing, man, and I ain't had time to really do heavy research on it, but there are articles and there's information out there regarding gold that's over there in Haiti. Gold is over there in Haiti. And the Clintons are tied to them having the rights to the spoils, not necessarily the rights to it, but they're over there. Hold on, man. They're over there. They're over there trying to get the gold. See how the Clintons rob and destroy Haiti. Here we go, right here. This is an article from 2015. The role of Hillary Clinton's brother in Haiti gold mine raises eyebrows. So, hello. So, we talking about what's really going on? Why are they over there trying to rob and spoil and destroy and assassinate prime ministers and put in puppet leaders? Now you see why. There's more than meets the eye, man. Devil's in the details. Hillary Clinton's brother is over there since 2015 hoarding gold. They want all the resources. You understand? They want all the dang resources. So now when we're looking at getting back over here, the fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. The sugar plantations, tobacco, the gold. Esau's coming over there, man, completely ravishing everything. And then letting Jake's, man, destroy each other over politics and over lack of resources. That's why when America was trying to get over there and they was like, man, we'll send you help. We'll come on over there. And all them Haitians was like, hell no, stay out. We don't want you over here. Because they know what they did. They're like, man, we'd rather try to figure it out. We got to clean up all this dirt. We got to clean up all this corruption. But we'll do it our way. And, our way, ain't political. They get to cutting each other's heads off because it's like, look, you got to go and we ain't going to vote about it because the political system's been tampered with and corrupted. So continuing on, it says, the fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. If I'm not mistaken, man, Haiti is the most impoverished country in the Western Hemisphere. Always being oppressed and crushed. Verse 34, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Even that's a curse, man. Being mad at what we see. I mean, how many times we're seeing the pictures of George Floyd and Sandra Bland and Kareem Gaines and Eric Gardner and Michael Brown and Ahmaud Arbery and all of the other atrocities that's happened to the Native Americans and to the Hispanics. And, we're constantly being mad that we see these things, man. All of the police brutality videos, all of the Karen videos and the Ken videos. That's part of the curse. You're going to be mad at what you're looking at. Do you understand? Look, let me see something else. Verse 37, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Isn't that what they're looking at right now? Hasn't there been a narrative out there for the last week? Oh, Haitian cannibals over there eating each other, man. They're over there just completely untamed savages. See, we told you this what they was doing, man, when we washed up on the shores of West Africa. We got to civilize them niggas. Same thing with the Native American. Oh, yeah. Nigger, spick, wetback, spook, an astonishment, and a proverb, and a byword, a cannibal. You understand? All of these things are being lined up. And the nations are sitting back watching it. It's getting shared on social media. And it's lies. That's the biggest thing. It's a lie. Talking about the videos has been... I'm jumping the gun. We're going to get to it in a second. Look at this. The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Haiti's been going through hell in a handbasket way before the Ukrainians, right? But look, and we question. I was sitting back. I said, well, how the hell and why the hell? I mean, already I know by the scriptures why, but politically why? Why are they getting treated different than the Ukrainians? Ukrainians was coming over here by the thousands, and they was being welcomed with open arms, man. Complexion for the connection. They coming on in, man. Everything's great. Now they're giving you a reason. They're trying to act like this is justified. Here's why Haitians fleeing conflict can't claim refugee status. Well, first of all, the Most High said that the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. So automatically, not having a complexion for the connection is off the top, right? But here they go politically trying to tell you and tell me some BS about why they treating these white folks better than they teaching the so-called blacks. Look, all we want to do is to be able to live a life that's worthy of living. Isn't that what so-called America says that it stands for? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Remember that? I guess that doesn't count no more, huh? If you black coming from Haiti. I want to get right to the thing. Now here's Ron DeSantis talking about the need for the 250 guards down there, right? And it says our officers interdicted a vessel that had 24. Hold on, let me go up a little bit. At Florida's borders, there's heightened law enforcement presence at the request of Governor Ron DeSantis. He joined Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd and others Friday, telling of one capture. Our FWC officers interdicted a vessel that had 25 potential immigrants from Haiti with firearms, drugs, night vision gear. First of all, these are for the men that was carrying them over there. They ain't like they all had the 25 potential immigrants was come over here with firearms, drugs, and night vision gear, and they was getting ready to invade Florida with just 25 of them. I mean, come on, man. The presence at the border keeps any Haitian from entering the state. All we want to do is be able to live a life worthy of living. Are those doing what they shouldn't do? Yes, but that's what every group in society should. We all be punished for the actions of a few? Absolutely not, right? So this is all part of an interview that they're interviewing a sister, right? But let's get right to the point. Why the question is how come the Haitians aren't looked at as refugees, migrant refugees, as opposed to immigrants and illegals that's just trying to get over here? A refugee will be granted political asylum and they would come on in. Now they're saying here's what the reasoning is. Refugee is a phrase that is thrown around mostly common, but there's 3 criteria points to meet before being considered a refugee. So they're saying, look, the Haitians don't qualify because they don't meet one of the 3 or all 3. Number 1, you must be fleeing from your home country due to persecution or fear of being persecuted just for affiliation with a political group or some other type of social group. So you're trying to tell me that there's not a social and a political revolution that's going on over there? There's obviously opposing sides. How would you even know if somebody's being persecuted for any said reason if you won't even let them over here to question them or talk to them? That's number 1. Here's another one. The crisis is recognized. So what are they saying? Esau and the rest of the world and the world governments are saying there's no crisis going on over there. Niggas just killing each other. It's all good. That's not a crisis. That's a statistic. That's great news. They're over there killing each other in complete upheaval, and we're going to fly up in there, man, and straighten up all the remains, and then we're going to buy up everything pennies on a dollar and recolonize Haiti and make it one of our own. That's what they would love to do. So you're trying to tell me everybody that's leaving, trying to get over here, they're not fleeing a crisis? There's not a recognized crisis in Haiti right now? Unbelievable. The third reason, you must be willing to want to repatriate or return to your home country. How would they know if they're not willing to go back if you won't even let them over here to talk to them? How do you know they want to make this their permanent home? They're trying to escape persecution, destruction, famine, plague, disease, poverty, the so forth. You know, all hell's breaking loose over there, man. How do you know they won't return if order is restored? Everybody in that country ain't dying to come to America. There was plenty of people over there that was happy before everything started collapsing and went bad. So these are the reasons why, right? But look at this. No country and no international organization, and generally the international organization we look to here is what we call the UNHCR, the United Nations High Commission on Refugees. He explained, neither the UNHCR or any country has said there is a refugee crisis in Haiti. So even the United Nations High Commission on Refugees saying there's no crisis in Haiti. This is why we know that the earth's been given into the hand of the wicked. This is how we know Psalms 83 that there's a Confederate group under the UN and under the EU and under Esau and the Great Whore that are Confederate against us, according to Psalms 83, that they can sit back and have a whole coalition and make decisions about it. Nobody's representing Haiti in the UN. Who's representing the so-called black man in the UN? Who's representing the so-called Hispanic in the UN? Nobody. United Nations, neither the UNHCR or any country is acknowledging that there's a crisis going on. It says, so this is why we see individuals from Ukraine, for example, able to come into the United States, whereas in Haiti, we don't have that designation, and therefore we have this difference in perspective. So they're looking at the civil war that's going on between against Russia and Ukraine. They said, oh, that's a crisis. We haven't seen President Zelensky replaced and leave his country hanging without leadership. We haven't seen them with the cities burned and over 3,000 prisoners broken out, run rampant in the streets. We ain't seen the disease and the famine and everything. We're seeing hundreds of billions of dollars being flooded over there. They're getting taken care of, no question. Leave it to them, please. Stranger that's a buddy, get a buddy very high. I could have sworn this article had the numbers. But I'm gonna leave it there. But it was in the hundreds of thousands, man. I seen one article. I think it said 270,000 Ukrainians have made it over here to America and been welcomed in with open arms as quote unquote refugees since 2022, I believe. It might be in one of these. Oh yeah, here we go. Look. This is an article from February 24th of 2023. The U.S. has admitted 271,000 Ukrainian refugees since the Russian invasion. 271,000. And they can't let 25 damn Haitians come from a boat. 25. Compared to 271. Man, if you don't, I'm falling under curses, man. So I say you're going to be mad at what you see. You see that? 271,000 so far, and that's February. That's over a year ago. You know that number swelled since then. June of 2024, 71,000 Ukrainians have arrived in the U.S. since March. From March to June, 71,000. 25 Haitians coming from a boat, man, get turned around and tell them get the hell up out of here. U.S. is extending the stay of Ukrainian refugees. They was coming over there getting carte blanche treatment at the Mexican border, man. Pushing back the Guatemalans, the Mexicans, the Salvadorians, the Haitians, pushing all them back and saying, hold on, white folks coming through straight from Ukraine, look out. They're coming to the front of the line. Can you imagine? And that's what's going on. That's what's going on, right? Look, Biden administration is considering using Guantanamo Bay for Haitian migrants if there is a mass exodus from violence-ravaged island as Florida braces for surge. And we all know Guantanamo Bay is a detention facility, man. It's a camp. It's where they've been holding all the damn Arabs from since 9/11, over 20 plus years ago. They get ready to lock them up. No different than they doing brothers and sisters, man, trying to cross the border down south, throwing them in cages in the camps down there. And slow Biden, here he is talking about having diplomacy and wanting freedom from everybody, and Ukraine can't win. We got to liberate the Ukrainians and all this stuff. And you got all hell breaking loose, man, right next door to you. And you telling them, no, you niggas come over here, you going straight to Guantanamo Bay in a detention camp. Can you imagine? Guantanamo Bay detention camp. As of April 2023, of the 779 people detained there since January 2002, when the military prison is not a place where they're going to be liberated. It's not a place where they're going to be welcomed with open arms and going to be taken care of. They're going straight to prison under slow Biden's watch. First opened after the September 11 attack, 740 have been transferred elsewhere, 30 remain there, and 9 had died while in custody. And we know, according to 2 Ezra 16, I'm not going to go there for time's sake, but we've talked about it before. The scriptures say, man, that they're going to detain some of us and put us in camps, feed us foods offered to idols. You know, they're laying the groundwork for that to come to pass. So slow Biden is saying, look, they get over here, we're locking their butts up. They make it over to the border. We got extra troops on deck, and it's going down. So the Biden administration considering using Guantanamo Bay for Haitian migrants if there is a mass exodus from violence-ravaged island. As Florida braces the surge, the White House is discussing the plans amid fears thousands could try and reach the U.S. to escape the Caribbean nation on the brink of collapse. On the brink of collapse, it's already collapsed. It's not the brink, it's done. It is a wrap, right? And you can make room for 271,000 Ukrainians, but you can't make room for a few thousand Haitians. Okay. And they say, America, we love America. America's so great. America's so liberating. America's democracy rules the no place is more freer than America. But as soon as people try to get over there to live out that so-called dream, oh no, you don't qualify. There's no crisis going on over there. Look, and then this is part of the dang lies. Horrific video shows Haitian gang eating human body parts. Know what's behind it. So this is what was getting promoted. There was videos that went out on X, formerly known as Twitter. There's been YouTube videos being made and all of that. Now, granted, there was a video, and I seen it. There was a video of a Jake eating a burnt leg on the streets. Now, this is from 2 years ago, not a current situation, but that got manipulated and said this was going on right now, and this was under Jimmy Barbecue's watch. So they're using old propaganda videos of one person, but they make it sound as if everybody in Haiti has turned cannibal. Look, as the gang violence in Haiti has escalated, a chilling video is doing rounds on social media depicting an alleged gang member engaging in cannibalism. The disturbing footage captures the harrowing scene of the individual consuming body parts of the victim as they cook over a fire. The streets was there's two videos, right, that I've seen. One is a human body that's like on a rotisserie. The one that you actually see the guy, if y'all didn't see it, eating the leg live, the streets was in it's war torn. It looked like something had blown up. Car on fire, something like that, man. There's a charred leg on the ground, man. The guy's eating something. And the only reason why you could know that it's human remains is because the guy lift up a leg and he rip a piece of the leg off and get to chewing on it like it's beef jerky. Now, let's continue this. Look, the disturbing footage captured the harrowing scene of an individual consuming body parts of a victim as they cook over a fire, sending shockwaves across social media platforms. Disturbing footage of the Haitian cannibal gang eating body parts of one of their victims as he cooks in the fire. And Instagram post read. See, this is the danger of social media, Instagram, AI, deep fakes, and all of that. You know, a person can take a video, post it. I've seen stuff that gets shared on like X and all of that, and it'd be from like 10, 12 years ago. But they'll make it, you would think it's current. Like, oh wow, that just happened? No, that happened like 13 years ago, man. Where you get this from? So things always can relive themselves in real time on the internet, man. So you got to be careful when you're looking at information, looking at videos. Try to do if it's questionable, man, do your research and background it because they would love for an Israelite man to go out there and reverberate some foolishness that is not real or isn't validated or isn't fact checked. Because what would it do? It would discredit everything else that you stand for, that you're teaching, if you don't fact check and have the information correct. They're just looking for us to be wrong at any point in time, right? Now it says in the video, the man is seen chewing on what appears to be a human finger before proceeding to tear flesh from the burning leg of another person. While the authenticity of the video remains unverified by news agencies, reports suggest that the footage is from 2 years ago and is unrelated to the current unrest happening in Haiti. It turns out that this video is from over 2 years ago of a battle between the Grand Griff and the Timapri gangs in the Artibonite Valley. Has absolutely nothing to do with Jimmy Barbecue, Cherzier, or today's uprising. The man pictured did this gruesome act to terrorize his rivals. So, this is part of the byword and the proverb narrative that gets put out there. You got to go out and you got to investigate. You got to see what ends up happening, right? Because there's plenty of lies that go out there. And here they are crucifying and talking about our people because now what? Oh, those cannibals are trying to come to America. You know them lily white folks, man, sitting in their high rises in their two-story house with the dog in the garage, is sitting back watching this stuff on the internet, and they're saying, "Oh no, the cannibals are coming to America. We can't allow that. Yes, we're going to make sure that we vote Ron DeSantis. We want more troops at the border. We want more blockades. We want more rejection of them people coming over here. They're cannibals. See how that works? And it had nothing to do with, wasn't current 2 years ago, some bogusness, right? And even after that, look, Elon Musk shared an unverified post about Haiti that his own company had to remove. Elon Musk tried to promote it. And then when they fact check it, he was like, oh, shoot. I was ready to go and slander them. I was ready to go ahead and push the cannibal narrative, but I can't do it because I know the truth. Let me back down and remove that. Got to remove it. Look. There's a couple of videos. Fact check. Video of Halloween in China. Hello? One video in China, they said was for what was part of the Haitian narrative. Somebody took a video from China. Video of Halloween in China viral as evidence of Haiti's cannibalism. India Today found that the video is 6 years old and from Halloween celebrations in the Chinese amusement park. See this? This is what they try to promote and showed on the internet and talking about Haiti's over there live roasting people, getting ready to have a feast. Yeah, I think you know why. As Kanye said back in the day, man, George Bush don't care about black people, right? Neither does Elon Musk, Jeff Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Slow Biden, all the rest of them, Donald Trump, and all the rest of the damn heathen, man. So they promote this video, right? Turns out that this is a video from 6 years ago that's from a Chinese amusement park that they try to utilize and it said that this was in Haiti and they're over there roasting and eating people. See, and that's why, man, our people, we got to be careful of what we're promoting and what we're acknowledging. Because if you end up promoting the lies and the BS, man, it only makes stuff look worse. Look, video on social media claim it showed cannibalism in Haiti. Video allegedly shows human bodies being barbecued, linked to U.S. migration. It was an old video of Halloween celebrations at a Chinese amusement park. This is what the damn heathen are doing on their Day of the Dead, on their day of celebrating Halloween. They're the ones who's promoting cannibalism during one of their idolatrous folly days and days of evil and wickedness. They flip that and then turn it in and say, no, the Israelites are doing that. Them ignorant Haitians over there, they're the ones over there eating and barbecuing their bodies. See, one particular video, I can't play it because of YouTube, but purportedly shows two human bodies tied to a rotisserie being barbecued over charcoal. This video was also shared by Donald Trump supporters who connected it with the U.S. immigration crisis. See that? They're saying, hey, they don't let them come over here, man. They're gonna tie up Susie and Karen and roast them. After they rape them. So we can't fall for the okie doke, man. We cannot fall for the okie doke. Let's continue on. Look, Pentagon is sending anti-terrorism Marines to Haiti to beef up U.S. embassy security with country on brink of civil war. So the Pentagon is sending anti-terrorism Marines down there. More anti-terrorism U.S. Marines have been dispatched to Haiti to beef up the security at the American embassy 24 hours after the American Prime Minister's announced his resignation amid mounting chaos. The Elite Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team, or FAST, was sent in as Bedlam continued and after top gang leader Jimmy Barbecue Cherzier called for a bloody revolution. Ariel Henry stepped down as prime minister after Tuesday. The Caribbean nation was pushed to the brink of civil war. Bodies were left strewn in the streets. All right. So we see what America is doing. America is sending out Marines to beef up security, to protect the U.S. embassy. They're telling their people, everybody in there, get out. We'll protect you while you get out. All the rest of the people from Haiti, you can't come. You can't come into America. There's no crisis going on here. But you're sending Marines down there, anti-terrorism Marines. You're sending and setting up 250 troops at the borders of Florida to keep them away, but there's no crisis. The prime minister of Haiti steps down from leadership as of Tuesday, but there's no crisis. There's bodies and fires and destruction in the streets. There's no crisis. 3,000 prisoners got released, wreaking havoc on our. There's no crisis. Imagine that. Let's move on. I'm long-winded today. It's been on for an hour and a half, and I still got probably about another 20 slides to go. Let me pick it up. All right, look, this is the update. Remember last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, we talked about Canada and them proposing and having the bill laid out for jail time for the quote-unquote online harms bill. If they determine that what you say online is considered harmful, you can get arrested. Last week, we talked about the proposition that was laid out for Washington State, where they said, now, if you're saying anything harmful, your neighbor and anybody can report you, and there's a $2,000 reward if you're convicted. So the elements of speech now is being attacked. This goes into, and like we've been talking about, famine of the words, so forth and so on. all day long. See, it's just about getting things put into perspective, put into law. It's already on record that Trudeau is a puppet of Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum. He came up through their ranks and their teachings through the World Economic Forum for all these little politicians and all of that. They get ran through their machine and then get distributed out into the world. Um, Trudeau said that he loves how China is being ran. China's got the one child policy. I think they increased it to two now because they're seeing their numbers dwindle. They've got the social credit score lined up. They've got uh, surveillance systems lined up. China's in complete dictatorship and control. And Trudeau said he loves it. He was on board at the front of the line when it came down to laying down all of the stipulations regarding the pokes in the arm and the pandemic. He was the one when they had the trucker convoy up there in Canada that seized their bank accounts and shut them down when they were out there trying to protest against the protocols of the pandemic. And what he do? Seize their bank accounts, man, shut their businesses off, and that was a wrap. Now he's out there telling them you can get a life sentence if convicted regarding this online harms bill. Life. You understand? We ain't talking about a little $200 fine, a misdemeanor. They're pushing life sentences. We'll get to in a second. Look, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. I mean, that's Esau for you, man. If you don't go along to get along, man, he is going to lay down the law. We're at that time right now. We're speaking truth, speaking things, speaking truth to power, man, standing on biblical principles. All I told y'all, this is why they are going so heavy for the alphabet community. This is why they're going so hard against the Israelites and trying to propagate and make new AI Bibles and all kind of stuff, because they're going to say eventually you can only read out of this particular version. This ain't it. Look, it's coming down the pipeline, y'all. There's a reason why even Yahweh Shah, when he sent the disciples out, he told them, man, take no script, take no cloak with you. He said, sometimes, man, you're just gonna have to be able to orally recite the scriptures. You're going to stand on certain principles because you won't be able to have a Bible with you in this particular area. Because they're getting ready to start. They working on pipelining all of these oppressive laws regarding speech. Psalms 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? So here they are framing mischief with laws. Life sentences. If you step out of line, speaking something that doesn't go along with the narrative of the great whore. They gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. See, this is what they're lining. This is what they're getting down the pipeline, man. We're in the time of Acts. Look, remember what Paul was up to when he was Saul? Saul. Acts 8. It says, and Saul was consenting unto his death. And at that time, there was a great persecution against the church, which was at Jerusalem. And they were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria, except the apostles. And devout men carried Stephen to his burial and made a great lamentation over him. As for Saul, he made havoc of the church, entering into every house and hailing men and women, committed them to prison. Therefore, they that were scattered abroad went everywhere preaching the word. So when they start laying down these particular laws, man, and brothers start getting scattered and churches start getting broken up and people getting persecuted and drug away and leadership getting taken down, and the word, we have to continue on. We're going to be going underground, back to grassroots. We ain't going to be able to rely on these particular platforms anymore. You're going to find out, catch up. There's going to be times, man, where you always seen brothers in Times Square. You seen brothers at particular areas in big cities, man. They ain't going to be there. All them brothers always was teaching. Where them brothers at? Oh, they ain't there no more. They got scattered abroad, preaching elsewhere, moving on, underground, in homes. They ain't in homes because the neighbors is telling, meeting up at particular undisclosed areas. You got to be on the inside end of communication to even know. You know, certain stuff like that, man. Matthew 10. But this is how we know that, you know, the word we got to still going, but it ain't gonna be as plenteous. It's not gonna be free flowing as it used to be. The famine's gonna be there. Yahweh Shai gave us protocol on what to do. Back to Matthew. We'll read 22 and 23. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth until the end shall be saved. Verse 23. Here's the point. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. See, Yahweh Shai was acknowledged. He said, look, if you get persecuted in one city, you got to flee and continue on. Keep the work going. Keep going. He said, because you ain't going to cover all of Israel until I come back. So there's never going to be a shortage of teaching, never going to be a shortage of our people having to hear the word. So even though persecution is coming down the pipeline, we see what happened. Let me find that scripture. And yeah, here we go. Mark 6. And we're going to read 4 down to 8. So there's going to be a famine of the word. That's right, Carlos. Good precept. Yeah, there's going to be a famine of the word, no question. The persecution is already on the pipelines. It's already coming down. It's no different than what the apostle was going through. We just got to reading about the chapter before. Stephen got stoned to death. Under Paul's watch, Paul was right there, seeing it went down, man. Then it said devout man had to carry Stephen off, so he could be buried and he could be mourned. And it said Paul went right back to work, man, persecuting the church, dragging men and women out of houses, man, locking them up. Anybody that was teaching Yahweh Shai, anybody that was going against the Pharisees and the Sadducees, he was getting locked up, persecuted, tortured. Look at this. Mark 6. It says, verse 4, but Yahweh said unto them, a prophet is without honor, but in his own country, and among his own kin, and in his own house. So he's saying there's going to be a time a prophet is not going to be honored unless he's amongst his own kin, his own house, right? In his own country. That's when we're going to be respected as prophets and men of the Lord. When we're in our own country, when our kin has been recognized, our own houses have been recognized, the work and the labors that men are doing, and sisters are being righteous, virtuous examples. That's when the honor is going to be coming. You ain't going to get honor right now. Continued on, it says verse 5. And he could there do no mighty work, save that he laid his hands upon a few sick folk and healed them. And he marveled because of their unbelief. And he went round about the villages teaching. And he called unto him the 12 and began to send them forth by 2 and 2. And gave them power over unclean spirits, and commanded them that they should take nothing for their journey, save a staff only, no scrip, no bread, no money in their purse. See, he said, but be shod with sandals and not to put on 2 coats. So there's going to be times where Yahweh Shai said, sometimes you're going to be able to go out and be fully equipped. Sometimes we won't even be able to have our scriptures, but we have to be prepared and got to be ready, right? So let's get back to this article. Trudeau's Orwellian online harms bill, Canada Prime Minister backs imprisoning people for life. You see how serious these damn bastards is getting? And you know where it all trickles down to. It's what they determine and say is harmful online activity. You can't say, hey, those people over there are not the real people of the book. Oh, that's harmful. That's anti-S word. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, don't talk about those people's gender. Don't talk about their lifestyle choices when they're in the bed with another person. You follow? But when it comes down to us, oh no, you can say whatever you want about them. They're killing and cannibalizing they people over there, even though it's lies. Oh, ain't nobody gonna get persecuted for that. No, they can do whatever they want. But for you black identity extremists, oh yeah, this is what it's coming down to. The Online Harms Act, designed to make social media platforms safer, is being slammed by Orwellian and overreached by voters. Look, what's been the biggest form of outreach ministry? What tool has been used to gather the lost sheep? The biggest. And I've been around, so I know the impact that the internet has had. Me and other brothers, man, other elders and brothers that can recognize from them time periods coming up in the early 90s, and I'm sure brothers that's been elders of mine came in the truth before me. I came in 90, I committed to the truth in 95. Uh, I knew about it in 94, but I committed in 95. His brothers in the truth way before my elder Rasha, he was in the 91. Brothers was in the truth before him, going back to, One West of New York and all that. Brothers, we would be sitting back saying, how in the heck is this word going to be preached throughout the four corners of the earth? Man, how's everybody going to hear it? And then guess what? Year 2000, 2004, whatever, here comes this internet. Here come YouTube. And we was scared to figure, use this thing. We didn't know how that thing was going to work. But now YouTube has become YouTube and X and Twitter. I mean, what's the other one? TikTok. They've become staples in the ministry of Israelites, man, and waking up our people. We was all it was always grassroots. You had to be out on the streets. You had to be constantly in the highways and the byways. You had to be traveling. You had to go all over the place, man. We brothers collectively have gone in my old camp. We were sons of Jacob. Collectively, we touched ground from everywhere from New Zealand to Finland to not Finland, New Zealand, Australia, Fiji, Cuba, Puerto Rico, all in the interiors of Mexico, Belize, London, Jamaica. I mean, that's all in the 90s and in the early 2000s. Hawaii, various reservations, powwows all throughout the country. We was like trying our best all over the place. Like, we gotta get this done. And then here comes internet. Boom. Now they're double back and saying this is becoming a problem. These Israelites are waking up in droves. These Israelites are exposing the truth. This internet has provided avenues of information that wasn't privy to their predecessors, to their elders, to the brothers that came before them. They're getting this truth out there. We gotta shut it down. And our people may sit back and say, "Oh, that's in Canada, man. America, are we free in America?" That's what happens when JC get in them mentalities. I mean, you already been duped, man. You really don't believe you're in captivity. When you start looking at other countries and saying that won't happen here because I'm free, what? You already lost. Because it's trickling down from there, man. They utilize these other nations as beta tests to see how the people react, what will they do, and then when they can slide it over here. But America needs bigger crises for people to buy into it, just like with the pandemic. When that went down, nobody would think about being forced to get something shot up in them. Nobody thought about, man, you can't go nowhere unless you make sure that you are dressed accordingly and make sure you got something on your face, glove, all this other stuff, man. People were begging to, not have to live like that anymore. As they were saying, hey, this is the new normal. You don't like it? Well, you better do something about it. Unfortunately, man, there was Israelites in the truth buckling under pressure, saying, you know what, man, Most High knows my faith, man. I'm going to get this shot, man, because I can't lose my job, but I don't want to. I want my kids to go back to school. The Lord knows. Hey, man, it's not that bad. You guys got to stop pushing that. And that drew a lot of problems within the nation too. A lot of them same people now is all talking about the laws is done away with and all kind of madness is going on within it. So that's what happens. People talk about, oh, it ain't gonna happen here. This is the main hub of where it's gotta happen. So Canada, which is part of America, all of this is all Babylon. So don't get it twisted because you ain't crossed over the border. That is not the same place. The same atrocities that was happening to the Native Americans, man, in the boarding schools and the dead bodies that's still being buried underneath of these schools and all that other stuff, man, it was happening up in Canada. It's happening over here. It's the same thing. There's a big Jamaican population up there in Toronto. Our people is up there all over the place. So it's all encompassing America. Don't get it twisted. So the Online Harms Act designed to make social media platforms safer. Isn't that nice? Right? The proposed law gives judges the power to imprison adults for life if they advocate for genocide online. Did you hear that? If you advocate for genocide online. So what scripture? I'm gonna see where y'all at. What scripture in the Bible advocates for genocide of a people? I'm gonna give y'all 2 minutes. Just for time's sake, 2 minutes. I'm gonna be done in the next maybe 20 minutes or so. And I got some more to go. Somebody put a scripture in the chat, man, that advocates genocide according to the Most High and the word of the Lord, that genocide will happen unto a people. And every Israelite knows it. Every Israelite brings it out. Bring it out. Y'all slow on the draw. Come on now. Okay. Mega Man's in the house. Anybody? Okay, Isaiah, I see you in the choir. All right. Y'all in the spirit. You see it, right? Everybody put Obadiah in there. You gonna get jailed for life. A judge is gonna tell you, man, don't quote that book. Don't talk about the judgment of the nations, man. You better leave Isaiah 61 alone. You better leave Obadiah alone. You better leave Isaiah 14 alone. Revelation 13 alone. You better leave all them scriptures alone. Micah 4. Leave them alone, man. Zechariah 8. Don't touch them things. You're gonna get locked up for life. That is what they got on the pipeline, man. Okay. So y'all see where it's going. This is why we can say, how it's not here in America. You're tripping. You're talking fear. Oh, yeah. Last week, there was a bill that got sent up to Congress to ban TikTok, which is now one of a big avenue that Jakes is utilizing for truth. People are getting their information off of TikTok, even though some stuff is fake and false. But there is a lot of truth that comes out of TikTok as well, with people making their little TikTok videos. Yeah, there's more that goes on, and people doing TikTok dances and trends and all kind of other foolishness. There's still valid and good information that sometimes comes out of TikTok that people share with me that I see. But you got Jakes on there that's actually teaching and having classes and doing stuff on TikTok now too. And remember last week they was telling them the bill was that China had to either sell the company or they were going to ban it in the U.S. period. Well, guess what? It took less than 7 days for that bill to pass, and now it's got to go up to either the Supreme Court or Slow Biden got to sign off on it. But it's already been approved. So you say, well, that's TikTok. I don't use TikTok. Guess what? That's just the first door that gets opened. As they move towards more stringent laws regarding speech, guess what's going to be next? Oh, Instagram. Oh, trickling down into YouTube and other social platforms that brothers are utilizing to wake our people up. Then it trickles down into public speaking. See, they just got to get one thing approved, and they're going to say, oh, it's for your own good. Remember that? This is why they say, oh, it's because we don't want a foreign tech agencies having access to our citizens' information. We're the only ones that should have that ability, America says that, well, we're the only ones who should have the right to spy on the citizens, man, and to collect data. You gooks over there, man, nah. You can't have it. So we want to protect our citizens. So we're going to ban you. This is the opening door, right? So it's been passed. The bill's been passed to ban TikTok. You know, there's some people on there making their money, promoting, utilizing TikTok to get money. That's going to cut off a little revenue stream for a lot of people that were utilizing it to promote their little hustles and all that. There's a brother on there, man. I didn't, I seen him because I seen an article of him. He does food reviews, and he went up to Oakland, and they had a he had a whole article. He got interviewed and all that because he canceled doing his food reviews because it was too dangerous in Oakland. And come to find out, he gets millions of views on TikTok and I guess YouTube, but that's how my brother get paid. That they cut that off, guess what? Here's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be jacked up. So it's not just for the fun and games, but people utilizing that for their income streams too. Look, the measure passed with a resounding 352 to 65 vote, and with one member voting present. So the majority, everybody's saying get rid of it. And Slow Biden is going to go along with the program because that's what majority wants. So if they get rid of it, if it becomes a completely official, the bill's been passed, it just need to get signed off into Congress, and the Senate backs it. That's just the first door that opens the shutting down speech. All right. So y'all get the point. Let's move on. America getting hit with the plagues. Hit with the plagues. Remember 2 Ezra 15, it says that Egypt is going to get hit with the plagues as before. Experts warn leprosy is an ancient history as cases surge in the U.S. So we've got leprosy now, outbreaks happening in America. Moving on, dengue fever, tropical disease that's suddenly everywhere. The plagues are now upon Egypt. Dengue is erupting in South America, and it has found its way to the U.S. It's a mosquito-borne illness that has circulated to a limited degree of centuries, is now spreading with unprecedented speed around the world, and is a worrying example of how a changing climate and 21st century demographic trends can quickly turn a public health nuisance into a daunting global health crisis. So dengue fever, you got leprosy. Look at this. U.S. patient dead from a bubonic plague. As concerns rise over ongoing risk of rodent-borne disease. Look up the bubonic plague and what that did to Europe and how it debilitated Europe. Now the bubonic plague now is popping up here in America. Leprosy, dengue, bubonic plague. Still got the C19 thing floating around amongst others. You've got drug-resistant STDs flying around here. This place is doomed. Doomed. Okay. Look at this. Lake Merritt turns red. Avoid water contact signs placed around a popular California leisure and swimming spot. Remember that? I guess I'm gonna have to go there just to cover myself and to cover y'all, right? 2 Ezra tells us that we're going to see plagues in Egypt as before. 2 Ezra 15 and 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So as we're seeing leprosy, bubonic plague, dengue fever, a popular leisure and swimming spot in California, Lake Merritt, turns red with a toxic algae bloom, man. It completely destroys the waters and the wildlife in it. Now no longer is it going to be a nice little leisure swimming spot for Esau to hang out and swim and sail their boats in and all that. Hey, look, Most High is moving, man. So water's turning to blood, water's turning to toxic, uh, water's turning toxic. Yeah. It's all happening. It's all happening, man. Let's continue. And look at see, this is why the Most High said, man, let the wicked turn from his ways, he'll repent of the evil that he pronounced against. Esau's idea to stop hunger is now python meat. We're worried about, the clone foods and all this other stuff, man. This is the sustainable type of foods that they're trying to create. We know about the bugs, the poop burgers, the recycled sewage water. Now you're talking about python meat. And this is all going to be on the list when you're going to go swipe that universal basic income world ID card to go get your groceries. This is the approved foods. Or you can forget about going to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods and Amazon Fresh and having the liberty to go get what you want. When society collapses, man, and the only world currency that is accepted is based upon what Babylon approves under the mark of the beast system. Guess what? This is on the menu. Python farming could offer one of the most sustainable sources of meat in the world, according to a new study. Python produces large slabs of white meat similar to chicken fillet. Good Lord. So they're saying that you can get a nice little python fillet, man, and you won't know if it's chicken or python. Unbelievable. Scientists are learning more about what sources of meat could serve as more sustainable alternatives to beef, pork, and chicken. Oh, so the python meat is going to be more sustainable, meaning what? That this could be more long-term use than your typical beef, swine, and chicken. 2 of the 3 are lawful, right? So they're going to weed those out. We already know that the cloning is going on and everything else, right? But now they're introducing this. Python meat could offer a form of meat much less carbon intensive than the current options. Yeah, but I guarantee you, Slow Biden, who's pushing for this carbon emissions reduction and Green New Deal and everything, he ain't gonna be eating no damn python meat. As they jet set around the world with private jets and armored trucks and all this other stuff, talking about carbon footprints and who's using so much carbon. Bill Gates and all that. Hey, man, please. You think they stockpiling python meat in they damn bunkers? No. They want us eating snake and all this other crap, man. This is why the Most High said, man, you got to learn to fast. Let us know what bugs is even lawful to eat. I ain't completely talking about when I say that it's just, they want us to eat bugs. I mean, that's going to be without option or choice. But even the Most High told us what lawful bugs are that you can eat if need be, right? But anyway, python meat could offer a form of meat much less carbon intensive than the current options, according to the researchers who study farms in the Southeast Asia. 2 species of pythons, reticulated and Burmese, for 12 months. I mean, need I go on? Yeah, exactly. By food shortages, man, famine in the land. Yahweh even told us we know famine is coming. But the so-called white man says, I'm God, don't worry. I'll be able to sustain you. Try this. No, you're out of here. Remember this guy? Lamar Whitehead, the bling bishop in Brooklyn, the one that got robbed online, and the one that is showing off his Bentley and his closet full of Gucci and couture and everything else, and robbing his congregation. Brooklyn Bishop Lamar Whitehead is convicted of multiple frauds, including ripping off a parishioner's mom. Whitehead, 47, was found guilty of 5 counts, including wire fraud and lying to FBI agents. He was accused of conning the elderly single mother out of $90,000 of her life savings. 2 other schemes involved phony bank statements and an attempted extortion of an auto body shop owner. So this guy was running high crimes in the name of the Lord. Everybody knew he was a phony and a fraud, man. How the hell did them people following him didn't understand that is beyond me. See, but you know what? I do know why. I do know why. The Most High told us. Hold on. Most High told us, Isaiah 30 just came to me in the spirit, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Get you out the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. So our people have a contingency to uh, want lies. We want smooth things. We want to be told everything's okay. We want to be told prosperity doctrine is righteous. We want to be told, man, oh no, Whitehead, Bishop Whitehead, oh, he's telling us the truth, man. He's making us feel good. Not knowing that he's robbing you blind. All praise to the Most High that he's gotten convicted. I think he's facing multiple years. Get rid of one of these damn lazy dogs out the way. You know, Isaiah 56:10 says, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs that cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. So the watchmen that are supposed to be out there prophesying against danger, prophesying of an incoming judgment from the Most High, telling our people to repent, so forth and so on. The watchmen that are out there right now, they're all blind, laying down, loving to slumber, lazy. A lot of them now are starting to step up their game and starting to study and read and, call themselves challenging the Israelites on particular doctrines now because they feel as though that they've been under such attack and being, buried 6 feet under scholastically and biblically that now they got to wake up out their slumber, but it's still not working because they're still teaching slave doctrine, white man religion. Verse 11, yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. So there you go. So Bishop Whitehead out there teaching from his own quarter, but he got busted. Got busted being greedy. Let me read Micah 3. And this is the corruption of the priesthood, man. And the priests were obviously, from the Levitical line, but even in today's terms, the modern day priests now would be your preachers, your bishops, and deacons, and those who are supposed to be providing light for our people in the churches or whatnot. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. They're robbing the people, as we just got through seeing about Bishop Whitehead. So look at this. Let's let me start it up, Micah 3. I'm just reading 9 down to 11 just to get to the point. It says, hear this, I pray you, ye heads of the house of Jacob and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and pervert all equity. So this is the time when Israel was corrupt. Israel wasn't laying down righteous judgment. Israel was doing everything antithesis to what the laws of Moses was laying down. The people were going astray, finding ourselves in captivity. And it's because the leadership broke down, right? It says they build up Zion with blood and Jerusalem with iniquity. The heads thereof judge for reward. So look, they're talking about people in leadership positions within Israel, man, taking money for bribes, for judgment, trying to get out of situations. So they would take rewards for judgment. And the priests thereof teach for hire. And the prophets thereof divine for money. Yet will they lean upon Yahweh and say, is not Yahweh among us? None evil can come upon us. They'll use the excuse, the Most High is dealing with us. The Most High is dealing with me. There's no judgment going to come to me. Hey, make sure that you pay. Give me them tithes. You can't have access to this information unless you pay for this. See? Therefore, they teach for hire and prophets, therefore, divine for money. The prophets, walking around, oh, you want the breakdown? You want this prophecy? How much you got? And now we see what happens with Bishop Whitehead, man. Most High eventually will come get you. Most High will get you eventually, man. He's smiling out there with his little Edomite lawyer and his bodyguard behind him. He's going down. Let this be a lesson learned for any and all uh, prosperity hustlers, greedy dogs out there, charlatans. Okay, let's look at the rest of this, man. How's things faring in the economy? More Americans are treating their 401ks like cash machines. People are dipping into their retirement savings. If we just got through seeing, what was it, last week? Uh, I think they were saying, what was it, 60% of people in their retirement ages are earning $30,000. And it said it lets you know the bleak future for retirements for the future. Retiring and trying to work, we're trying to get all this money, thinking, oh, we're gonna, get all this money and travel around the world. Those days are over with. This economy and everything is completely washed up. The savings or the pensions, the 401ks, all are getting affected by the market. People are living check to check, living under credit oppression, right? And it's saying that more Americans are treating their 401ks like cash machines. So as long as we know that we got a 401k plan, we can go. You can go do a emergency, a hardship withdrawal, and that's what most people are doing. Saying, "Way, I'm in a hardship. I need to get this money out." But you get the penalties, you get the taxes, everything come along with it. But most of us are saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm willing to take the risk. I gotta survive. I can't keep holding this money back, which is our money. You're gonna hold my money hostage and then tell me you can't have it unless I can penalize you, or I can, make you pay for it, trying to take money out of their pockets that they're out there gambling with on the markets." But now they're saying people are running into more and more financial emergencies, and it's becoming, the norm. People ain't looking towards the future. Everybody's living in the now right now, right? So automatic enrollment has swept more workers into 401k accounts, giving them some savings to draw on in emergencies. The 401k is doing double duty as both a retirement account and a source of emergency funds for more Americans. But Slow Biden said that the economy it's never been better under him. He just said he's done more for black people than any other president in America. Every black folk doing good under his watch. Leave it to him. I can't tell. Let's continue. Look, the owner of Family Dollar is to close 1,000 stores. So Family Dollar, the Dollar Tree, I believe they're kindred. If not, it's just the Family Dollar. I forgot within the article if it's just Family Dollar or it's a Dollar Tree as well. But I think for right now, we'll just say it's the Family Dollar. They're closing 1,000 stores. Inflation, store theft, and merger indigestion are sapping results of the discount retailer. You know how many of our people count on these stores. And now we're going to have less access to those things. 1,000 of them about to get shut down. And these are in economic times where people are looking to survive off of cheaper deals in order to get a little bit of, food and goods and hygiene products or whatever you get at the Family Dollar. Those things are getting out of here. Look, Wall Street braces for commercial real estate time bomb. So commercial real estate is getting shut down and getting destroyed, right? Those things are getting taken out the way. Um, that's leading to a further collapse in the financial system. So in 2008, it was the housing market. Now in 2024, it's the commercial real estate, which is what letting us know more businesses are going out of the way. Um, so instability is on the horizon, right? But Slow Biden is still going to go out here and cater to the people. So Biden's new student loan bankruptcy policy is making it easier for graduates to walk away from debt. Experts say it is life changing. Now, first he had the loan forgiveness and made all them promises. Went years, and all of a sudden now in his last year, when he's looking for votes, he's starting to forgive certain people's certain loans. Not everybody, small collective. He's been forgiving loans and putting it out there. Now he's saying, well, if I can't forgive you, I can help you. Yeah, I'll pass a law that you can file bankruptcy, so you want to pay it back. But guess what? These are a lot of these are governmental based loans. Now, if you file for the bankruptcy, now that's less money that the government is going to be able to have or to spend or to utilize for any other resources. Take that out the picture. That's even further in a collapse because the resource of money is not going to be guaranteed. You got to write it off. It is what it is. Now, if I was a student, if I had a student loan, please, I don't care what the government's going to. Take that 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000 off of my books. Repercussions is going to be what they're going to be. But know that this is a play by Slow Biden to get them votes this year. He's looking for anything he can. He could have did this back when he first announced that he was going to do student loan forgiveness 4 years ago. Why is he waiting until this election year to come up with this? It's all for votes, man. He does not care really about you, me, whoever. It's for votes. So it says it was previously almost impossible for bankruptcy filers to get rid of debt. Policymakers worried Americans will try to ditch obligations to pay off loans. Bankruptcy attorneys say the change has been life-changing for borrowers. Biden administration's student loan bankruptcy policy is making it easier for borrowers to walk away from their debt. It says we have gotten forgiveness for a number of clients under the new bankruptcy changes. Melissa Giles, a consumer bankruptcy lawyer in Virginia, told CNBC the discharge is life-changing for them and their families. So what they're saying is that you would be able to include student loan on a filing for bankruptcy. Now, you file for bankruptcy, obviously that's going to do damage to your quote unquote credit life. I believe it's takes up to 7 years before it is reflected off of your credit report as a negative. You mean they've got plenty of programs to rebuild your credit up and all that, but once you got that scar of bankruptcy on there, you know it is what it is. So it's a gamble either way. You file for bankruptcy, you're indebted, and you're saying, you know what, ain't no way I'm going to pay off all of this debt. I'm already they already got they're saying credit card debt and credit card usages is at all time highs. Inflation, interest rates are at all time high. People are drowning in debt. Let alone now the student loan moratorium is over. Everybody wants their money back. You're talking about, major debt going down. Oh, the pandemic was cracking. You got the PPP loan. You got a little extra money from your stimulus. You went and bought that new car. You gotta pay that debt out. Now it's like, oh, you know what? Might be a good time to file bankruptcy. Oh, and I can include that $100,000 I owe for student loans. Go ahead. But now it's going to be, now I got the scarlet letter of bankruptcy on me in a time when they're getting ready to shift the whole economic structure of America. How's it going to impact you? I don't know. But, it's a quote unquote positive to somebody who's looking to get out that debt. And Slow Biden's finally is opening up the door because he wants some votes. But let's continue. Physical intelligence is building a brain for robots. Physical intelligence, that's the name of a company, right? But if you're looking at movies like Eagle Eye, I'm gonna give y'all a couple of gems to watch. Eagle Eye, if you haven't seen that, iRobot. See, what they're trying to do is build a central hive mind of a AI collective that can be translated into robots. So right now, AI is moving faster than the robots. Robots still need to be programmed. Robots still moving slow, trying to get, figure things out and all of that. But AI is moving like this. That's how you can type into Chat GPT and say, write me a report on the history of the Inquisition, and it's done in 30 minutes or less than that. I don't know. I've never used it, but they're saying that, it processes like that. You see all these AI images of artwork and all that. All you got to do is say what you want, and boom, there it goes. See, robots haven't caught up to that. They're getting ready to try to create a brain, a central hub, a hive mind for all of the robots to feed off of and share the same mind as AI. So now if you put the AI into a robot, Terminator, hello, what's the name of that company? Skynet and Terminator, right? This is what they're trying to get done. So look, uh, yeah, let me hurry up. Since the earliest sci-fi books and films, computers imbued with artificial intelligence have almost always been accompanied by equally clever moving machines, like androids and other robots. Over the past 15 years or so, however, AI systems that work entirely in software have grown more sophisticated than their moving counterparts. Robots can build cars and factories and clean up after us at home, but are able to carry out a relatively small range of tasks compared to the increasingly general nature of chatbots. So what they're trying to do is create one and merge the both together so that the robots can move with the intelligence of AI. At that point, it's over with. They will have no need for you, me, or nothing in the workforce, uh, in the military, you name it. It's over with. Okay. So this is what's going to make the World Economic Forum come to pass when it comes down to world IDs, universal basic income, everybody sitting at home being, good cyber slaves, and that's it. So you see where this is going. Okay. They already got the robots infiltrating the fast food joints. There's a spot up in Pasadena out here in California. It's completely ran by robots. The owner and the manager is talking about, oh yeah, it's dangerous working fries and flipping burgers. So having robots in here now makes it very very safe, and people don't have to. The dude was acting like they was out there risking their lives. I mean, people was been surviving flipping burgers and dropping the fries in the oil and all that. The guy said it was dangerous. So this is why we got to get the robots to replace you. But it's here. It's here. Look, coming soon, a programmable army of humanoid robots. That gets back into the system of iRobot and all of that. You know, truth is stranger than fiction, man. Reality, we look at things as fantasy, but they're looking at it as reality. And it's just a matter of they've already had these things already lined up, man. It's just when they decide to put it out there. They put it out there as fantasy and movies and all of that. And then when they double back and really do it, you're gonna be like, hey, that remind me of the movie. Hello, they already was doing it. The movie is based after the facts. All right. It's just when they say, okay, they're asleep now. iRobot was what, damn near 10 years ago? Now all of a sudden they're coming out saying, hey, actually, we're going to be making humanoid robots. Yeah, transhumanism, we're looking at infusing man and machine. That's how the so-called white man believes he's going to live immortally. So we see what's going on. All right. Look at this. Nearly 30% of Gen Z women identify as LGBTQ. Women ages 18 to 26 were more than twice as likely to identify as LGBTQ than their millennial counterparts. So pretty soon, brothers, there's not going to be a straight woman. I mean, you talking about fruitful multiplying. You talking about them moving towards creating a species that's, you just imagine, man. 30% of the women now, ages, what is that? 18 to 26, are all coming out saying that they're LGBTQ. And then if you double back and then go back to the video I did and the lesson I did regarding the Scrabble gang and the sodomite agenda, the food, the drugs, the systematic teachings that they do regarding mind control, the school systems, the books, it's all planned. It is all planned. Infertility, population control. How can you be fruitful and multiply when all of a sudden now the women of this generation, 18 to 26, are all saying, hey, I'm bi, I'm gay, I'm lesbian, I'm trans, I don't identify, I'm non-binary, I'm that. Ew, man, no way. I don't like that. You understand what I'm saying? So they are on a heavy campaign of turning this into, that's right, Naquan, modern Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Heavy campaign. All right. Yeah, all praise is magnificent. Yeah, I'm sure everybody gonna have to rewatch it because I'm covering a lot. Um, and it's just a lot that I'm trying to just get off. So you see here, 30% of the women now are saying they are LGBTQ plus, man. I mean, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Look at this. There's going to be a documentary, Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, streaming on Max and ID, starting on this Sunday. I'm going to be looking at this because now we're going to see the real agenda that's been hidden behind pedophilia, the sexual innuendos that they've been doing, training up the kids, which is leading to why 30% of the 18 to 26-year-old females are all talking about that they're down with the LGBTQ plus alphabet community, right? They start young. They starting young. Inside the dark and toxic underbelly of kids TV. I mean, you can't see a kids show now that isn't having some sort of sodomite agenda or innuendo going on in at all. I mean, I remember years ago they had the Burger King and in Europe they had the Burger King and Ronald McDonald, man. They was pushing LGBTQ plus HIV agenda with them dating and kissing. Talking about they were making peace for Burger Month or some madness like that, right? You got everything from they talking about Sesame Street. I think they said Bert and Ernie were two sodomites. It's going down, man. I'm sure it was sodomite stuff going on in SpongeBob and all this stuff. That's well beyond my generation, but I know all of this stuff, and it's all coming out of Nickelodeon. Look. Haunting documentary exposes rampant abuse, pedophilia, and child porn behind Nickelodeon's most popular TV shows as actor Drake Bell details the brutal assaults he suffered while filming at age 15. So if you're wondering if there's a casting couch, you're wondering if, all these accusations about Hollywood pedophilia and Hollywood casting couches and all this other, if you're wondering if that's all fake and come on, man. Andre 3000, yeah, see, and that's no surprise. Look at the Boondocks. Boondocks used to be exposing a whole lot of stuff. Gangstalicious and all that. Man, come on. And as soon as they get to exposing all them things, man, Christ being black and cancel that. Get rid of that. A lot of our people, man, grew up on Nickelodeon. A lot of this generation from the 90s and 2000s, you was a kid, you grew up on Nickelodeon watching them shows. An upcoming documentary is set to expose the hidden underbelly of children's TV as former cast and crew make shocking claims about the toxic environment at Nickelodeon, including accusations of child abuse and pedophiles on set. Quiet on the Set, the dark side of kids' TV promises to pull back the curtain on an empire built by creator Dan Schneider that had an undeniable grip on popular culture in 1990s and early 2000s. Dan Schneider, that last name, guaranteed, is linked up with the GMO small hatch. Guarantee you. Hold on. See, this is how I get thrown off. Just out of my own curiosity. Nickelodeon Dan Schneider. I wonder if they're gonna give his background. I mean, look at this guy. He looks like a damn pedophile. Fat double chin, look like he got a wig on. Dan Schneider. Let's see what Dan Schneider. Let's see what they say here. There you go. Tell me he don't look like he's troubled, man. Yeah, they don't give his parents' background. Somebody from Tennessee. But anyway, I just got thrown off by that. But anyway, look for that, man, Sunday, because I am. I'm gonna go check this out, man. You said they made a documentary about Dan Snyder and how he would bring pedophiles on set and he would put kids in a situation where they had to do sexual stuff or be canceled. Yeah, that I believe that's what they're doing this documentary based upon, man. Teletubbies, yeah, all the stuff, gay stuff, man. Teletubbies showing their ass. I remember my kids was little when they was watching that. And they was like, Dad, they out there showing butts. And I was like, what? Turn that off. That's over with. No more Teletubbies. So, the underworld, man, about the Hollywood elites, man, and what America promotes and what they're up to is starting to get exposed even more, man. People are coming out, making documentaries, exposing them, right? And that's what it is. In closing, we'll close this out real quick. Flint water crisis led to a spike in children with special needs and a drop in school grades a decade later, according to research that likens the fallout from a disaster to Chernobyl. If we know about Chernobyl and Russia and the radiation leaks out there, they made that place a complete desert, a deserted town. Nobody's messing with it. It's nuclear fallout. It's toxic. It's mutated some of the damn animals that's still around there right now. Look what happened with the Flint water crisis, man. All of the toxic elements that was in there, you can go back and you can look at the lead paint studies that they did in Baltimore and how that affected the the mental special needs to many of the black people that lived in the projects in Baltimore. The lead paint, look that up. Lead paint studies in Baltimore by the Krieger Institute. Jacked our people up, man. Now here they go with the Flint water. Turning our kids into special needs, man, damaging their brains. Let alone just the physical toxicity of drinking the damn water. 10 years later, they're finding the results of it. The Flint water crisis, which exposed 12,000 children to lead, has resulted in all-time high numbers of children with special needs and poor math scores. And what were they blaming on? Oh, the niggas don't read, niggas don't study, niggas don't pay attention. Yeah, hello? Maybe because we're being poisoned. Maybe we're not getting quote unquote fair shots at academia and in the school systems because number one, you're teaching lies. Number two, you're poisoning our damn brains and communities. And number three, you infiltrated us with guns, drugs, and all kind of hypersexualized propaganda. I mean, come on. And you got niggas walking around here talking about, I'm not oppressed. I'm free. Unbelievable. This is primarily what we're talking about when you're dealing with oppression and not having a fair shot. Oh, Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff are caught up in a scandal over their elite Hillcrest Country Club has been labeled a quote racist aristocracy that disregards reports of sexual assault and rejects anyone not white or Jewish in the blockbuster lawsuit. Look at who Kamala Harris is rubbing elbows with. Her and her GMO small-hatted husband. They're hanging out at racist country clubs, and now they're under a heavy scandal under a lawsuit. Think she's ready to be VP again under a second term? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Disgusting. Back to your boy, man. Slow Biden. Last week we just seen him say he's going to get in trouble if he answers questions before he's told. Now they just did it again as he was up there speaking in Michigan. Biden's press team refuses to let the president take questions from reporters during his trip to the swing state, Michigan. I mean, if this is not more transparent and more obvious, man, that this dude is a straight clown and a puppet who needs to be handled with care. He's on a campaign trail, man, trying to get people to vote for him, and he's not allowed to answer questions because you know what he's going to do. He's going to fumble the ball. So they pretty much say, man, you read what we tell you to read, Don't answer no questions and shut up and get up off of that stage without falling, and everything will be great. So off the rip. And if you've seen it, he after he finished doing his speech, the press immediately was President Biden, President. All these little young Edomite broads, man, that's part of his little press team, they all ran down in front of him and was like, no more questions, no more questions. We gotta go. Everybody, thank you. Back up. This guy is so protected and such a damn clown, it's not even funny. So he readily admitted he'll be in trouble if he answers questions. Now they're out there physically showing how he's being protected and being told, don't answer that question. Don't take no questions because you know you're going to fumble the ball. Do as you're told. That's why they want to slow Biden in there, because he's going to do as he's told. And he loves politics so much, man. The dude's a career politician. He's been in politics for damn near 50 years. He does not want to lose his spot. He reached the pinnacle of his political career, man. He's going to do anything he can to stay up in there. You know I can't let him slide without one more fumble of the ball, mumble of the mouth. Slow Biden on voter fraud. Listen to this.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization.
Oh, whoa. What did you say? You put together the most inclusive. Hold on. What did you say, Joe?
I think the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Did y'all hear him? He said he's built the most extensive voter fraud organization in history. He's committed himself to creating the biggest organized voter fraud in history. Slip of the tongue, slip of the forked tongue, huh, Joe?
Put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Oh, well, there you have it, man. Slow Biden and slipped up and said the truth for once in his life.
We have put together
that he's put together the most extensive voter fraud in the history, you know. So there you have it, man. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Yeah, Corey Feldman, Elijah Wood. You know, there's a documentary I saw on YouTube, man, some years ago. Actually, there's two. And I wish I had saved them or remembered them. There's one that they did on Shirley Temple, the old little Edomite young little girl actress, and all of the pedophile movies that she was in, man. Old men passing her around, you know, feeling all up on her. She's singing to him, trying to seduce him. They surrounded her like they getting ready to do an orgy on her. If I can find it, or if y'all can find it, look on YouTube about the Shirley Temple documentary and pedophilia. It would blow your mind when you see all the stuff they were going on, man. Mama Kyle, you seen that one? Okay. Yeah, Shirley Temple, all the pedophile stuff that was going on. It was years ago. I seen it maybe at least 8-9 years ago. They probably took it off of YouTube by now. But Shirley Temple, man, they were showing all the pedophilia they was doing in the early film days in the 30s with her and other films. You can see it in some of the old Mickey Mouse and Hanna-Barbera cartoons and stuff going on, pedophile stuff jumping off in that. There was another documentary that they did. This little Edomite kid was trying to be a child actor, and he got involved with this manager, and the manager was molesting him and all kind of stuff, and they were telling him this how you get into Hollywood. I can't remember the name of that one, but that was on YouTube as well. I mean, so, you know, there's no question, man. There's no hidden history regarding the elements of pedophilia that goes on in Hollywood, preying on the kids, parents that's willing to sacrifice their kids, man, because they want some money and they want them to be the ones that lead them up out of poverty, man. So they're willing to, you know, let their kid prostitute their kids. I mean, it's disgusting, man. It's foul. But I'm gonna check that documentary out on Sunday, most high willing. And then if I can find them other two, the Shirley Temple one, and the other one with the dude that had his whole little documentary lined up regarding Hollywood and the manager and everybody else that got involved with it. I'll promote those two or let it be known so y'all can check it out. But other than that, man, your brother's gonna get up out of here, man. We'll be having our closing Shabbat class 4 o'clock Pacific time. Most High permit. Pray that y'all can make that as well. If not, catch it on the rebound. But Lord willing, man, y'all come back and check out Messengers of the Covenant closing Sabbath class 4 o'clock Pacific time. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Shai, man. Always remember, fear the Most High, keep the commandments, don't shoot your messenger. Shabbat shalom.